guys, welcome back to the Patreon. We are up bright and early in the morning to discuss the topics of the week. So the three things we're going to talk about today are Tory Lanez went on live yesterday. I'm assuming it was yesterday. I heard about it yesterday. Because I'm not on Twitter, I'm going to keep saying it. Because I'm not on Twitter, I get the news a day late and $3 short. So I don't know when any of this stuff happens. I can only account for it when it comes to me. But once I get the Discord up and running, we'll be able, y'all can fill me in on what has been going on, what's been going on, so that I know what's been going on, because I truly do not know what has been going on at all. But I saw that Tory Lanez went on live or whatever, and there's a few people I want to drag for this. I want to drag places such as the Shade Room. The fact that people who don't have to give Tory Lanez a platform are giving Tory Lanez a platform is disgusting to me. You don't have to report on the Shade Room. The Shade Room is a menace to society. We know that. The Shade Room is just a disgusting place where the most disgusting of people dwell and hang out and talk all of their mess that they enjoy talking with each other. We know that to be the facts of the Shade Room, but the Shade Room does not have to be the garbage pit that it is. You would think it would have evolved past being the garbage pit that it is. The more and more the Shade Room grows, the more the woman who is in charge of the Shade Room continues to just be the worst. She doesn't have to do this anymore. She doesn't have to do her homophobic clickbait, her transphobic clickbait. She doesn't have to report on people as in a Bill Cosby, an R. Kelly, a Tory Lanez. She doesn't have to do it, but she continues to do it because she don't want the people who support her to be no better. She don't want them to be any better. She's if y'all want to be trash, I'm going to provide y'all with the trash to be trash. And it's disgusting and gross. I hate places like the Shade Room. And there are several Shade Room copycats who want to be just like her. And here's the thing. I can be fun with the blogs. I have been on blog sites since I was a kid. I know the appeal of blog sites. I know the appeal of this type of thing. Media Takeout, Concrete Loop, Nicole Bitchy, things like this, Sandra Rose. They weren't much better than this, but this just takes on a whole new life because people are telling her that this ain't it. This ain't it. Now, I'm not saying this ain't it because the Shade Room is bringing down black people. We don't need to do that. I'm saying this ain't it because you created an environment that is rude and toxic and all the isms and all the phobias that it can be. You created a place where people just go to be hateful and negative. And I found it so funny when Obama came into the Shade Room and he talked to people about voting. People were so outraged that Obama went into the Shade Room. And I'm that's where y'all be. That is exactly where y'all are at. That's where exactly a majority of the black people who are online get their information. Y'all are on the Shade Room. You mad because he clocked y'all? Y'all are mad because y'all got clocked. Y'all got clocked for being in the Shade Room all damn day. And he knows it. And that's what y'all was mad about. So no, the Shade Room is just not, she's not that girl for me. And because she always got to report on everything the people we've decided don't deserve platform. It's ugly. It's absolutely ugly. Anyways, my Discover page, my Discover little timeline, however Instagram works. I hate Instagram, by the way. I'll talk about this in the podcast, so we'll move on. My hatred for Instagram. Anyways, Tory Lanez put up something, and of course, I'm sure Twitter was a hellhole, but I just want to say, y'all, this man shot Meg Thee Stallion, allegedly. Let me add the allegedly so he don't come for me. But this man shot Meg Thee Stallion, allegedly. Y'all, if you are getting accused of shooting somebody and you've number one never said I didn't do it, I did. It's a you keep trying to go around the point to make it seem like you didn't do it, but you won't just say you didn't do it. You did it, number one. Number two, if you're being accused of shooting somebody, you don't lay low. You don't lay low and hope that the smoke clears if you've been accused of shooting somebody. That's two. And three, if you are accused of shooting somebody and you did not do it, whew, gotta sneeze. You start placing some blame on people. You start placing blame on people where it makes sense. You start saying, hey, you guys, I didn't do it. You start placing some blame on some folks. You start saying, hey, I didn't do it, but I know XYZ did. And you do it with something reasonable. You don't just go out here and start blaming. Like, he would have said who done it by now, and it would have cleared out by now. Like, here's the thing that don't make no sense to me. The people who are so hell-bent on defending Tory Lanez, make this one make sense to me. Y'all realize Meg Thee Stallion didn't say nothing about Tory Lanez shooting her until he came out here talking out the side of his neck. Like, until people started, like, not believing Meg Thee Stallion, that's when she turned that man in. So tell me what she stands to gain if in the very beginning she didn't even say nothing. She didn't even say that he did this to her. Like, she didn't even leak anything to the press. Like, when Meg Thee Stallion, I saw the tweet where she said this man is like insane. Tory Lanez is insane. Tory Lanez is crazy. You are looking at a desperate, crazy man. A desperate, crazy man. And Tory Lanez is preying on the fact that y'all don't care about black women. That is what he's preying on. He's preying on this idea that people don't believe anything can happen to black women. People don't care about black woman victimhood. No one cares about that. And he's preying on that. He's preying on y'all just simply y'all not gonna care about black women. And so he's like, I can get away with this. I can get away with this. Y'all don't care about black women. So of course, I will get away with this, and he will. If the courts don't like give him his day, if he doesn't get found guilty or whatever, y'all, like, the people who have something to say are gonna have a field day. Meg is lying, Meg is this, all of this stuff. Like, we know how this is going to end, and he's preying on that. Even Tory Lanez's story don't make half sense. It don't make half sense, but y'all don't want to see Meg Thee Stallion win. That's the weird part. This idea of winning, that somehow Meg Thee Stallion wins if we believe Tory Lanez shot Meg. Like, she went. Like, what? Y'all are demented. Y'all are demented. She lost the minute he did something to her. She lost. So this idea of winning is bizarre, but y'all are bizarre. So what are we to do with that? What are we to do with that? I'm trying to get the lighting right on here. Like, every time it gets bright, like, it's just like I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, yeah, a mess, an absolute unadulterated mess going on over there. I have no thoughts. I have no thoughts more than the thoughts that I already have. Tory Lanez is a whole liar. Tory Lanez is a whole gaslight. Like, I know his defense man. Like, I know what he is trying to do, because he's doing what a lot of people would do here. Skate around the truth. Like, he's desperate. Like, you're dealing with a man that's desperate. But of course, y'all would try to make it make sense, because y'all don't want black women to be victims of anything. Y'all can't believe that he is being held accountable for hurting a black woman. That's where it is. Y'all cannot believe that this man is being held accountable for hurting a black. So Tory Lanez saying he's been blackballed. No one wants to work with him. His album went double cardboard and all of those. Like, that hurts. Like, that hurts y'all. Y'all like, what? This black woman was able to get him to lose all of this stuff. Like, it's so, y'all are so weird. Y'all are so weird. Like, why black women get y'all this press? Why they get y'all this press? It don't make no sense to me. But you want to know what else don't make no goddamn sense to me? Ice Cube and 50 Cent. Never in a million years did I think I had to come on here and talk about Ice Cube or 50 Cent. Number one, never thought I had to talk about Ice Cube, because Ice Cube seemingly minds his business. I think nothing of which comes on my radar. So I didn't think I would have to, like, come for him, like, because he don't be doing nothing. And 50 Cent is like, he's the town fool, you know, like everyone looks at him for a show, but he don't even realize he's the joke. Like, he's the town fool. No one cares what 50 Cent has to say, like, whatever. He's always gonna do stupid things, and like, if you get entertained by it, you do, but the rest of us look in disgust. That's how I feel about 50 Cent. Like, okay, so I never thought I had to talk about 50 Cent because I don't take anything that 50 Cent says seriously, because 50 Cent is a dumb knucklehead. Like, he's just dumb. Like, I don't know what else to say about Mr. 50 Cent. But anyways, here we are. So we have the coalition of black men who think they know how to save the world, even though they hardly have a high school education. Let's name their names. T.I., Ice Cube, 50 Cent, and there's a few more. Kanye West, there's a few more down the list. Now, Kanye West does have a little bit more than a high school education, but just dumb all the same, right? Just a bunch of black men who believe that they can save the world because they're walking in their black male privilege, which they get via the black community, and they're walking in their I'm a success story, so they believe that somehow they have clout amongst white people because they're success. Like, I made it out of it, so I must have I have the keys to success for black people. That is what I'm assuming. I'm assuming this way of thinking comes because they made it out of their like struggle. They were able to make it. They rose above expectations. So they believe that somehow they must have the key to success, instead of believing that there's always going to be people who make it out and y'all are just the ones who made it out. Like, you're there, but made it out of what? Like, T.I., you still in and out of jail. Like, Ice Cube, like, you didn't make it out, but like, what? Like, y'all didn't make it. I'm telling you, you didn't make it out of too much. Like, you still dealing with racism. You still dealing with systemic racism. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? What did you really make it out of? Except you have money now. Like, that's always gonna happen. Some people are gonna be able to make money, but y'all still getting robbed and all types of things. Like, what did y'all really make it out of? But anyways, this is about, we're not, for once, we're not actually gonna drag Ice Cube. I mean, we're not gonna drag T.I. or Kanye West. We're gonna give these lashings to 50 Cent and Ice Cube. Let's start with 50 Cent, because 50 Cent is the one who actually is pretending like he knows what he's talking about when he just really does not. Okay, so he wants to be a part of this like contract. This contract with the Trump administration called the Black Contract, where they are going to like make the people, the Trump administration, sign a contract that they are going to treat black people well. Now, first and foremost, I want you to hear that statement. You are going to make the GOP sign a contract so that they treat black people better. Does that sound ludicrous to y'all in the same way that sounds ludicrous to me? Like, sometimes if you gotta do all that, maybe it ain't worth it. It's like if you gotta go through your boyfriend phone, maybe y'all shouldn't be together. Like, maybe something is fundamentally wrong here. Like, that we're putting the sprinkles on top of the cake without realizing there's shit inside the cupcake. Like, we're not dealing with the layers that are wrong, but we're putting a nice bow on, like, to make it seem like everything is okay. And that's where we are with this. If you have to make a contract that you are going to treat black people well, there is something fundamentally wrong. There is something fundamentally wrong, which we've been saying, and that needs to be figured out, right? We know the Trump administration is racist. We know that the Trump administration is racist. So what are you doing, boo? What exactly are you doing here? But this is before we get into what's wrong with what Ice Cube is saying, we have to get into this idea that people who are like dumb, I don't think Ice Cube is dumb, but and he's dumb in the same way, like, you can't change you don't know what you're talking about. Like, he's dumb in the same way most of us will be dumb when it comes to this type of stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. You are out of your league. You are out of your league. You do not understand it. You do not understand what is going on and what, like, you don't get it. You don't get it, and that is fine. You don't have to get it. But don't sit here and pretend like you get it. You're just out of your league here. This idea where black men believe that they can like save the world. You don't see black women celebrities do this same thing. You don't see it. You don't see black women celebrities feel like they can be these freedom fighters. They do their philanthropy. They speak out about the things that are going on, and they kind of go about their lives. You're not going to see black women celebrities pretend like they have the key to success. They know how to uplift black people. You're not going to see it happen, but you do see Jay-Z, T.I., 50 Cent, Ice Cube, all these people, Kanye West, think that they do. And this comes from this level of y'all black people always centering black men in these conversations. But I'm here to tell you, there are black men who do know some things. There are black men who do know some things that could lead some of these conversations, that could be a part of these conversations. Ice Cube is not one. Ice Cube is not one. Jay-Z is not one. People who have extreme amounts of money are not one. Are not, because they're the opposition. They are the opposition. And then their means of getting things better are always working with the other side. People who feel like they have to work with the other side in the names of diplomacy and the names of being diplomatic, they feel like they need to work with the other side. That comes from an air of arrogance. It comes from an air of arrogance and you feeling like you have something to gain with working with the other side. That's where that comes from. The reason why they want to work with the other side is because they see themselves in the other side. They feel like they have mutual things that they can find beneficial with each other. Like they have mutual likes, they have mutual interest with the other side, and that's why they do these things. That is exactly why they need to work with the other side, because they like the other side, and that's the fundamental issue. What do you and Republicans have in common? Oh yeah, y'all are rich, or some of you are not. Y'all really don't like black people as much as y'all like to claim y'all like black people, and like the list goes on. Like y'all, that's what y'all have in common with one another. Y'all have in common that y'all are rich and y'all put y'all money above any and everything else. And that is what I want them to say. Y'all are not freedom fighters. There's a reason why every time it's time to do work, y'all want to work within the group and y'all want to be a part of it. Not standing to see what you gain. And then Ice Cube did it. Jay-Z has done it. Kanye West has done it. So many people have done it. When they are met with opposition, what is their first thing to go through? The minute somebody says, hey, your politics ain't politicking, what do they say? I'm okay with going against the grain. I'm okay with going against what everybody thinks. Y'all gonna see in the end that I have the way. I know what I'm doing. They all like, it is almost like it's textual, like blueprint. I'm being a coon to say I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the grain. I'm doing what people don't want to do. No, you're not making any sense. See, here's the let's work within the society. You're failing to see why these people treat you the way that they treat you. The Trump administration don't care about black people because they don't care about black people. It is not a lapse in judgment. It is not a lack of leadership in the black community. It is a lack of care for black people. They don't treat black people well because they don't like black people. That is why they are not treating black people well. So this contract, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're engaging in a dangerous rhetoric that has gotten black people in bondage since slavery. Like that's what you're engaging in, and you don't even realize it, that you're leading yourself to slaughter. Like you are literally a lamb walking in a herd to slaughter. That is what you're trying to do. You're just trying to round up all the black people to, like, you not making no sense. And then when people throw their rhetoric back at them, like, let me explain to you why you ain't making no goddamn sense, they get offended. That's when they get offended and they're like, oh my gosh, that's not what I meant. I go against the grain. I'm different. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You simply do not know. Like, I read up on this contract because Ice Cube had like some names of some people I kind of respect. And I was like, let me read. Like, it makes no, it's nonsensical. It is nonsensical. Ice Cube don't know what he talking about, which is what I thought when I walked into the damn con. You don't don't know what you're talking about, buddy. You simply do not know what you're talking about. So then Donald Trump's son put up a picture of 50 Cent and Ice Cube in a picture with MAGA hats. And 50 Cent was upset. He was livid. He was like, I can't believe, but y'all don't realize that's what y'all are doing. It's so funny when y'all get mad that when Trump supporters like embrace you, that's when y'all realize y'all the token Negro. Chance the Rapper realized it. Y'all realize y'all are the token Negro. Terry Crews y'all realize y'all are the token Negro when the Make America Great Again people, they start bringing y'all in with them and you like, wait a minute. Yes, it's an all or nothing thing. I am so sorry that you had to figure it out this way. It is an all or nothing thing. Either you are for it or you are against it. There is no in between when you are talking about racism, white supremacy, deportation, ICE, all of the police brutality. There is no in between there. And you chose the wrong side. And when people point that out to you by being like, oh, you MAGA, that's when y'all get mad. That's when y'all get mad and y'all be like, that's not what I meant. I'm not MAGA, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, it all looked the same in the light. Anyways, let's get on. So Ice Cube don't know what he's talking about, but we knew that. Next, I just find it so weird that that's like a common thing that black men in celebrity world do. Like they feel like they're so like people are calling on them to lead. Who asked T.I. to be the leader of black people in Atlanta? I want to know quickly who asked T.I. to do this. Like who is asking y'all to do these things? Like spend your money and mind your business. Like whatever. Like shut up. Like no one cares. It's a God complex, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to 50 Cent. Now, here's where my thing with 50 Cent comes. 50 Cent said what a lot of people were thinking who are rich black people. If Biden is going to cut the tax break on the rich and he's going to make y'all pay more taxes, y'all have no interest in Biden being president. 50 Cent said what a lot of people are thinking, but, 50 Cent's dumb, right? So there was I don't know what he was watching. I think he was watching MSNBC. And there was a thing on the TV saying that Biden is going to increase taxes and how much taxes are going to be increased by. And quite frankly, it's not enough. He is not increasing taxes by not enough. I want to say this really quickly. I tweeted about it like a month ago, but I'm going to say it really quickly. I hate how I have so many things I hate about the Biden administration and Democrats in general, but I hate when the Democratic administrations, no matter who they be, try to make it make sense for why they're increasing taxes. You don't need to explain why you are increasing taxes on rich people. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter. If you are increasing taxes to pay for things for poor people or to give poor people, you don't need to explain that. Taxes need to go up. People who have money need to pay more tax. It's period. It is period. The wealth to poverty ratio is far too big for people to not be paying more taxes. So stop trying to explain to dumbasses like 50 Cent why you increasing tax. Like then let them vote for the GOP. Then let them vote for the GOP. Like if that's what they want. But stop trying to make everyone comfortable with your politics that are baseline. Like raising taxes is baseline, okay? So anyways, but yeah, because after 50 Cent, so 50 Cent was upset. He was like, if they gonna increase my taxes, then I might as well vote for Trump. Something along those lines. Just stupid, right? And so a correspondent, the black woman, I forgot her name, I'm so sorry, for Joe Biden, she spoke out and she was like, we are not going to increase taxes on people who make less than $400,000. And that's what I mean. Like, fuck them. Like, who cares? You should increase taxes on anybody who has money. Like, only 10% of Americans make more than $100,000, maybe even less. Like, you have to pay more tax. That's just how it works. That is just how taxes work. You should pay more money because you make more money. And these people need to confront why they hate poor people so much. Leave that for them to do that work, okay? Stop trying to coddle their feelings. Stop trying to coddle their feelings. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. But anyways, I say that to say, so 50 Cent was like, 50 Cent is like I said, he is the town fool. He's never gonna realize that the joke is just on him. Like, no one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, you live a miserable, like, everything about you, 50 Cent seems so miserable. It seems so damn miserable, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize how miserable you come off to every party involved. And so once again, we have another black man who is just like talking out of his ass. Like, what are you talking about? And then when people get mad at it's a joke, it's not that serious. Y'all take everything so serious. People are dying, 50 Center. That people are dying. Like, what are you talking about? It's not that serious. Like, people listen to you. Tory Lanez is proof that people listen to the dumbasses in the world. So when people are like, oh, it's just 50 Cent, no. Tory Lanez has yet to make a sentence that makes sense. He has yet to tell a story that makes sense as of what happened that night. He's yet to even really say he didn't do it. Yet people are believing Meg Thee Stallion is lying. If that is not the proof you need that people listen to dumbasses, like, people listen to these dumbass men because they see themselves in them. Like, oh, I've been accused of doing something I didn't do. They probably did it. But I've been accused of doing something I didn't do. So guess what? I'm going to be by Tory Lanez side. Like, people listen to y'all. And so when y'all say these things, it's like, I'm not even gonna do this. Like, it's like talking to a wall. Like, how else can I explain that you shouldn't be out here cutting deals with Trump? Like, how else can I explain? That's like cutting deals with Massa. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Like, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. They don't care about you. Who are you cutting deals for? If we have to live in a world where we have to cut deals with Trump, sign contracts with Trump, I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts in it. Like that, I don't want no part in that life. Whatever that life is, I don't want to be a part of it because that sounds miserable. Anyways, sorry for the ratchet lighting this whole time. I'm trying to, like, you know. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on those things. Just foolishness all around. Foolishness all around. Anyways, I'm still going strong being Twitterless, enjoying it, because I am sure the TL was stupid when it all that Tory Lanez stuff. You had people believing Tory Lanez. You had people being like, Meg is a liar. Then you had the Meg defenders, and it was probably just a lot of shenanigans, and everybody need to go get a damn job. It was probably a lot of that. Yeah, I know. I've been on it. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.